welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this, but more importantly I wanted to kind of add up how much money like my everyday makeup routine costs. So the products that I'm using in this video are products that I've just been using recently, and I wanted to kind of see like how much my average makeup tutorial costs. And it's not, you know, to say like, oh, my makeup costs this much or yours should cost this much or anything like that, but I just wanted to see how much like we actually spend on makeup. So this is going to be like a, if it costs $500, it's going to be called $500 makeup tutorial. And yeah, I mean, it's in no way bragging or anything like that. I just wanted to kind of see on average how much my makeup tutorials cost. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. I'm going to leave all the totals and stuff in the corner of the screen. So first I'm using this Urban Decay Complexion Prep Spray. I like to do this before my primer because it is infused with collagen. Then for primer I'm using the BECCA First Light Priming Filter, and this is a lavender color, so it really brightens your skin. I just feel like these two steps are necessary in my makeup routine recently. Then, to get my perfect color, I'm mixing the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation and also the DIOR Forever Skin foundation. I really like these two together because it makes it kind of more on the matte side, but it also kind of has that glow as well. And I mix these two mainly for the color. So yeah, I'm just buffing in my foundation with my foundation brush. And then moving on to under eye corrector, I'm using the BECCA under eye brightener. This is in the salmon color, and I really, sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, but I really think that it kind of corrects your under eye circles and just makes your under eyes really bright. Then moving on to concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape as I normally do, and I'm going to put that in the usual spots underneath my eyes, my forehead, chin, down the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to blend that out with my Morphe sponge. And I'm not adding in like my brushes and stuff to this makeup tutorial because I just wanted to stick to adding up the prices of the actual products. This might look like a lot of concealer right now, but actually what I do is I just take a little bit and I use the applicator to kind of spread that around in a triangle shape to really highlight my under eye area. So it does look like a lot of product, but I promise it's not. It's a very thin layer. I'm just using the little applicator to spread it out in the shape that I want to create my highlight. It might seem extra that I'm using two different setting powders, but this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder kind of diffuses out redness, and I really like that for my skin personally because I feel like my skin can easily get a very red undertone. So I'm using my damp beauty blender, and I'm kind of putting a sheer layer of this right underneath my eyes where I put the concealer, and it really just adds a luminous glow without making you look oily. So I have been absolutely in love with this step. I feel like it brightens the under eyes, counteracts any redness, and it kind of gives a little bit of a glow, so you don't have to go overboard with the highlighter, even though I clearly do anyway. But then I'm going to set the rest of my face with this IT Cosmetics loose powder because I don't want to set the rest of my face with that ambient lighting powder since it does have like a sheen to it. I don't want that all over my face. I just want that in targeted areas. For bronzer, I'm using this Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the color Saddle. This might look a little bit dark for me, but I just use a very little bit and kind of buff it out, and I really like the color. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, and I feel like I can use it as a bronzer or a contour shade for my specific skin tone. And then, so I kind of go around my cheeks, my nose, around my forehead, and my neck as well, just to make sure everything is the same color. Then I'm going to go in and carve out my contour with that loose powder. I really think that this just adds that extra step to make your makeup look flawless. I pretty much never skip this step. I will if I'm in a rush, but if I have that extra time, I will not skip this step. I think this makes such a world of a difference. And then I'm using the NARS Orgasm Blush. I think this is a perfect summertime blush. It's kind of like on the corally, pinky peach side, and it has a little bit of like the gold flecks in it, so it makes your skin really luminous. Then for eyeshadow, I'm using the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow. This is one of the single ones in the color Toast, I believe. And then I'm using a fluffy brush just to buff this all over the crease. I'm not doing anything crazy with the eyes today, just kind of doing like a glowy golden summertime look. A little trick that I do to do like a blown out kind of smoky look is I start bringing the eyeshadows, wrapping them around the outer corner of my eye, and you'll see that I do that with this color right here. I'm kind of doing the same thing, buffing it in the corner. This is the color Camel from Bobbi Brown. I'm kind of buffing it in the crease a little bit, and then I'm also going to wrap it around the eye and down to my lower lash line. I think that this creates a really pretty smoky look, and I always get compliments on my eyeshadow when I do this, and it'll just be like a regular brown color, but for whatever reason with like your eye color and your mascara and everything, the way that it wraps around your eye, it kind of creates a really pretty smoky look, and it kind of gives your eye also a little bit of an almond shape to it. Then for the rest of my eyeshadow, I'm using the Morphe and JACLYN Hill palette. I'm using this kind of like orangey red color, just a very little bit. And I'm going to go over my crease just a little bit just so you see some warmth peeking through those two colors. And then I'm using this dark chocolatey shade, and I'm going to take a very small definer brush, and I'm going to put this on my lower lash line, and then I'm going to take that same color and with a very small pencil brush, kind of a fluffier one, and I'm going to put that in the outer corner of my eye. I really just want this to be kind of like more chocolatey and smoky. And then I'm taking a flat brush and this gold color, and I'm going to put this all over the lid of my eye. I'm not cutting the crease or anything, but I am going to spray it with a little bit of that setting spray that I used in the beginning, just to intensify the gold a little bit more, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid as like an all over wash of gold color. Like I said before, I'm going to take that chocolatey color again and put that on the outer corner of my eye. And this brush that I'm using right here is a game changer. I know Morphe has one. This one specifically is by Crown Brushes, but it's just like a little mini pencil brush, but it's so fluffy that it's just kind of blends out your eyeshadow very seamlessly. And I'm doing the same thing and wrapping it around the outer corner of my eye just to create that extra smokiness. And then I forgot to show a clip of it, but I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills and AMREZY highlighter. I absolutely love this highlighter, especially for the summer. It's the perfect combination of gold and like a pale color. It's especially for somebody like me. I am very light in skin tone, so golds can easily look like a yellow stripe when I look forward, but I just love this highlighter. I feel like you don't really need to use a lot to get that really intense glow look. Then for my eyebrows, I just use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I just kind of go in and fill in my brows where I feel like they need the most attention. This next step I can't live without, especially recently, and because I put all those powders on my face, I spray my beauty sponge with the TATCHA Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, and I kind of pat over where I put that powder, and it kind of just melts everything into the skin and brings that luminosity back to my face so it's not so powdery. And I don't just spray this on my face, just the straight like setting spray, because I feel like it's a little bit too dewy for my skin, believe it or not. So that's why I feel like doing it this way works better. And then for mascara, I'm just using the Rimmel Lash